Welcome as we start Game 2 here at Palm Springs Stadium between the 2-6 Manitoba North Stars and the 6-3 Oregon Lumberjacks. The ace on the mound for the North Stars in Trey Morale. He'll face off against Luke Churchill playing center field. Jalen Reese batting second, playing right field. Outside corner, strike two against Churchill. Batting third in the designated hitting spot is Chris Monroe. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Champ Gardner. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Shinichiro Ishida. Here's the 0-2, just outside. Batting sixth is the third baseman, Jeff Heinrich. Batting seventh is the shortstop, Luke Fennelly, who has been on fire. Batting eighth is the catcher, Daniel Mata. And rounding out the order is the second baseman, Ronald Jackson. The 1-2, Churchill swings and misses. One batter and one strikeout for the Manitoba ace, Trey Morale.
And an early look back to ace-like things for Morale, who in his last time out, at least from our perspective, didn't quite have that ace stuff. Didn't have the good old number one, the put-away pitch. But that outing also coincidentally was his longest of the season. He went 5 1/3, gave up just 3 hits and 4 earned runs, but he comes out throwing that little ball and it's not finding too many barrels to the first couple of guys.
Jalen Reese, a big swing and a miss on the first pitch that he sees from Trey Morale. The 0-1, fouled on the left side. That will get out of play. We had a very exciting Game 1 here at the stadium. The Rush edged out the A's by a final score of 6-5. It came all the way down to the last inning, and it was a much-needed win for the Rush. Now here in Game 2, the North Stars have lost 4 straight, while the Lumberjacks have remained hot, and they're at a 1-game winning streak.
Yeah, and they've won, I believe it's 5 of their last 6 for Oregon.
Exactly.
And, if it weren't for the Alberta Grizzlies, they'd be the hottest team in the CWL.
The 0-2 from Morale. Strike 3. 2 batters face and 2 Ks for Trey Morale. Couldn't have asked for a better start if you're the North Stars.
Something about those guys in green, Alberta and Oregon, that we talked about. Grizzlies playing against the Bombers on the backfield right now. Oregon here with a couple of teams trying to strive for better playoff spots, hoping to play spoiler against these sides today.
Morale gets ready from the windup. Outside corner, strike 1 to the designated hitter, Chris Monroe.
Well, last time we saw Chris at the stadium, he did something not many have this year, and that's hit a ball over the left field fence.
That was a big 3-run shot the other day. He takes ball 1 outside. He's hitting .412, not too shabby. 7 for 17. That 1 home run you mentioned helped them out in the RBI totals. He's now at 6.
I mean, Chris is a big guy up there. When he hits them hard and they go a long way.
Just upstairs for ball 2.
You look at that 10 handle and black barrel, that looks like a toothpick in Chris's hands.
It sure does.
I know we're far away.
I like that
and
you brought that
up.
up.
I know based off his size, he's probably swinging a 33. Thing looks like it's 28 inches from up here.
You're not wrong about that. Thanks for bringing that up. It does look like a toothpick. Breaking ball just inside from Morale, who's behind in the count for the first time. 3 balls and 1 strike. That's inside. He loses Chris Monroe via walk. So a 2-out base runner for the cleanup man, the left fielder, Champ Gardner. Champ's 3 for 14. This will be a 6th game played for Oregon. And Oregon 6-3 because of their pitching and hitting.
Yeah, they could pick it defensively a little bit as well. I mean,
yeah.
This team has found a way to win games in all 3 facets of the game.
It's been working for them on all cylinders.
We saw the 15-run performance where Puglielli hit a home run, Monroe hit the home run, and that offense, you look at a Fennelly, Reese, Ishida, Heinrich, you can go on and on.
Mm-hmm. Big swing and a miss for strike 1 from Champ Gardner. Trey Morale working out of the stretch for the first time with the runner on. The 0-1 in play. It's a fly ball to the second baseman, Hans Fang, who settles under it. And not a 1-2-3, but still an efficient first inning for Trey Morale. We head to the home half of the first inning, scoreless. We'll be right back. Welcome back as we start the home half of the first inning. I'm Joey Senna. To my left is Jacob Kronberg. First pitch swinging is Taylor Lomack, driving it into left field over Gardner's head, rounding first base, heading to second. Big turn around second, but he'll start with a leadoff double for Manitoba. Wasting no time at all, swinging at the first pitch. Delivered by Braden Lee Lejano, the starting pitcher for the Oregon Lumberjacks.
And we'll get to Lee Lejano in a sec, but more times than not, you're going to get a fastball to start the game, and Lomack just jumped it. He was, I'm selling out for this dead red fastball, and hit an absolute missile over Gardner's head, and now you've got maybe the fastest guy in the league on base.
Lomack heads to third, but that's fouled back by Chi Hao Tu, the designated hitter. This is what the lineup looks like for Manitoba. Lomack, who started things off fairly quickly with a double in the first pitch. He's on second base. Chi-Ao Tu, the designated hitter at the plate. Batting third, the center fielder, Nick Pinzetta. In the cleanup spot is the right fielder, Daniel Youngblood. Batting fifth is a power hitter, Denver Blinn. He's playing shortstop. And the catcher is Cole Brodnansky. As Lee Lejano steps off, doesn't throw over. Batting seventh is the first baseman, Yan Hang Wu. Batting eighth is the third baseman, Hugo Suarez. And Hong Feng, the second baseman, rounds out the lineup for Manitoba. 2 awaits the 0-1 from Lee Lejano, working from the stretch. And that's upstairs, 1-1.
Appearance number 4 for Brendan Lee Lejano, and it's his third start. He's been solid. His first outing was really good, just gave up 1 hit in a loss against the Rush. Gave up just a single run in his second appearance against the Blue Sox.
1-1 is lifted into the infield on the left side. Fennelly and Heinrich over. Heinrich, the third baseman, will make the catch for 1 out.
But the issue for Lee Lejano has really been the base on balls. It's, does he throw enough strikes to carry his team in a strong position late in the game? And over his 10 1/3 innings pitched, we'll even count 10 2/3 now with the out today, he's walked 9 guys. So he's about a batter an inning, just under. when you look at his counterpart today, Trey Morale, who's 15 innings into the season, he's walked 6.
Lomac heading to third. The throw not in time. If that was a good throw by Mata, they would have had an opportunity to get Taylor Lomac at third base, who didn't get the greatest jump in the world, but Lomac doesn't need the biggest jump in the world. He is a very fast man.
He is just so fast. There's few guys out there that you'll run into in your time in this game who is looking actively to steal third every time he's on.
Lomac with cheetah speed. If anything gets past Mata, we can expect Lomac to come across the score for Manitoba. Here in the bottom of the first inning, scoreless. Runner on third base and one away for Nick Penzetta, the center fielder. Awaits the 2-0. Swung on and fouled over the netting and over the bleachers. Back into Sunrise Park.
One guy I had a chance to spend a season with kind of reminds me of Lomac. His name's Luke Brown. He's now a farmhand in the Pirates system. Played at Louisville. At the time, one of the fastest guys I'd ever watched play. And he used to tell me,
broken bat, little blooper into right center field that will bring Taylor Lomac into score. 1-0 RBI single from Nick Penzetta.
bat lived just long enough. Just got enough of it to poke it over Jackson's head. But back to Brown. He used to say stealing third to him was easier than stealing second.
Really?
My reaction exactly. My reaction exactly. It's the first game I knew. I had read his stats. He had just signed with the team, and I was like, you stole a lot of bases, and he tells me this, and he goes, nobody pays attention to me on second base. They're way more worried about me going from first to second.
The runner goes. Daniel Youngblood hits this high into left field. Champ Gardner settles under it, out number one, and that sends Nick Penzetta back to first base.
He goes, I come to bat. As soon as I reach base, the pitcher's aware I'm trying to run. The first baseman is on the bag holding me on. And no matter where the batter is, the catcher can kind of see where I'm at, and he can throw straight to second. If he reaches second base and there's a right-handed hitter up, the catcher's slightly obstructed, it's harder for the pitcher to actually pick you off. That lead gets bigger. It's more deceptive. And, of course, he reaches base the first game he plays for this team.
First pitch, big swing out of Denver Blinn, strike one.
Gets to second base, and on the first pitch is a runner on second. He steals third.
A man of his word.
He called his shot on the bases.
Manitoba with a 1-0 lead here in the first inning after the RBI single. Nick Penzetta heads to second. The throw in is a one-hopper from Mata to Jackson. Nick Penzetta picking up a stolen base. Now a runner in scoring position for Denver Blinn, who has one home run here at the stadium. He's 5 for 17, hitting .294, playing in his 10th game. Awaits the 1-1 pitch from Braden Lee Lejano, who kicks and deals into left field, and that's a fair ball. Diving to his right was Heinrich. Incoming in to score is Nick Penzetta, and that's going to be an RBI double for Denver Blinn. Blinn picking up his third RBI in this CWL season, and Manitoba going out to an early 2-0 lead over the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, they're all over Lee Lejano right now, and it started with Lomac jumping that fastball. Penzetta reached on a fastball, Blinn hitting the fastball hard, and that good old number one just finding a little too much plate as Lee Lejano found himself behind in the count a couple of times.
That brings up the catcher, number 17, Cole Brodnansky. Manitoba with 2 runs across already here in the home first, but have a chance to add on. Manitoba doing a nice job stringing some hits together, 3 hits in this first inning. Trying to right the ship, 4-game losing streak for Manitoba. The 1-0 swung on and hit into right field by Ronald Jackson at second base. In comes the runner in time. Denver Blinn scores on an RBI single from Cole Brodnansky to extend Manitoba's lead 3-0 in the bottom of the first inning.
It's the third extra base hit already for the Manitoba North Stars. Nothing makes your pitcher feel more comfortable than an early crooked number by the offense.
Absolutely. With the runner on first base and 2 outs, Yen-Heng Wu digs in from the right side, the big first baseman. Awaits the 1-0 righty-on-righty matchup. And heads up and in to Wu. Just getting out of the way. Cole Brodnansky's RBI single was 97 miles an hour off the bat. 1-0 is swung on and fouled back into the stands. That'll even the count 1 ball and 1 strike with the runner on and 2 away. Manitoba with a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Upstairs for ball 2. Another day at the CWL and another beautiful day here in Southern California. 71 degrees at first pitch. That's inside for ball 3. Oh, excuse me, that was ball 4. Cole Brodnansky was jogging over to second, and I was like, what's going on? But he knew the count, and I didn't. So Yen-Heng Wu has a 2-out walk. That'll bring up Hugo Suarez, the third baseman. This is the 8th batter that Manitoba has sent up to the plate. Big swing from Suarez, strike 1. The North Stars coming in with a 2-6 record. That's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Can't forget about the tie. Can't discredit the tie for the North Stars. Those types of things play a role come playoff seeding time.
The 1-1, waved at and missed, strike 2.
Everybody hates the tie in the moment, and me included, but all of a sudden, that tie is a lot better than a loss when you're trying to pick your seed at the end.
You're right about that, Jacob. The 1-2, outside from Braden Lee Lajano. Trying to escape this first inning. The 2-2 swung on and fouled back over the bleachers. So we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on and 2 out. 3 runs across for Manitoba here in the bottom of the first inning with a 3-0 lead. 2-2 just below ball 3. Full count now. This is a big at-bat for Lee Lajano. Kicks and deals. Swung on and missed. The first strikeout of the game for Braden Lee Lajano, but the Manitoba North Stars bring 3 runs in the bottom of the first. We head to the top of the second, 3-0, the North Stars. We'll be right back. We head to the top of the second. Trey Morale gets back to work for Manitoba. Going back out there with the lead. 3-0, the North Stars lead over the Oregon Lumberjacks. One to Shinichiro Ishida, Jeff Heinrich on deck, and Luke Fennelly in the hole. 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up here in the second inning. Strike 2 on the outside corner to Ishida. Morale looked good in that first inning, walking away with 2 strikeouts, facing 4 batters. Chopper to the right side, that'll go foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Trey continues to fill up the strike zone, and it's something he did this past spring in the Pioneer League when he was playing for Grand Junction. We've seen it in his first couple of starts here, and it's shown why he's had success.
1-2, comebacker. Denver Blinn, the shortstop, will play it. And a low throw gets by Wu. That'll go down as an E6 for Shinichiro Ishida.
I'm not sure if that hit the webbing of Morale's glove or got the backside of the mound coming through, but it kind of knuckled a bit as it went out toward Blinn. That ball looked like it had a lot more pace until it hit the ground, and things really slowed up. Blinn got there in time. The throw was just low. Didn't get much help from his first baseman. And Morale's going to have to work out of the stretch now.
Still no hits given up by Morale. He did walk a batter in the first. And now Ishida at first base after the error. First pitch in. Strike 1 on the outside corner to Jeff Heinrich, the third baseman. Heinrich is 5 for 24. That's good for a 208 batting average. Morale checks the runner, throws home, gets a swing and a miss from Heinrich on that breaking ball. Morale looks in for the sign by Brodnansky. Checks over at Ishida at first. The 0-2, just low and outside. Morale already with a couple strikeouts early on. We're in the top of the second. Manitoba with a 3-0 lead. The 1-2 swung on and is hit very high on the left side. In shallow left field goes Denver Blinn for out number 1. That'll bring up the hot-hitting shortstop, Luke Fennelly, who leads the CWL in hits. He's 14 for 24. Hitting a cool .583 is Luke Fennelly with 5 RBIs, a triple, 3 doubles, and in his 24 at-bats, only 4 strikeouts. First pitch into Fennelly on the inside corner, strike 1. Fennelly is someone who the pitcher circles around and says, I will not let this player beat me today. The 0-1 just inside. That'll leave in the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Shinichiro Ishida with a medium lead at first base. 4 steps off of first. The 1-1. Fennelly hits a fly ball into center field. Nick Pinzetta barely has to move for that one. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Brings up the catcher, Daniel Mata. Daniel's 2 for 10, hitting .200. Morale throws over to first base. Ishida dives back head first. In time, close play over at first base.
We got to show these catchers some love. We're definitely understaffed in catchers. A lot of teams only have one. We've seen Daniel go catch for some other teams on his off day, catch a second game.
Broken bat, dribbler to the left side. The third baseman, Suarez, sails the throw to Wu, and that goes out of play. So everyone will advance a free base. That'll be E5, second error of the inning. So with 2 outs and runners on second and third, the second baseman, Ronald Jackson, will come up to bat. Ashita at third base and Mata at second. Ronald Jackson is 6 for 20, hitting .300. He has 4 RBIs this season, looking for number 5 and perhaps 6. 2 outs here. Trey Morales looking to work around the 2 errors. Manitoba with a 3-0 lead in the top of the second. First pitch, inside, strike 1. It's important for Trey to get ahead in the count. The 0-1. Same spot, strike 2. What do you expect to see here from Trey Morale in an 0-2 count?
Heater. That's the pitch. Fastball up, above the belt.
The 0-2. There's a heater on the outer part of the plate, just outside. Ball 1.
Brodnansky tried to stick it. It's not exactly where the battery had set up.
Jackson fouls that down the right field line. Nice play by the trainer, Austin, down there. He gets a few claps from the Lumberjacks dugout. Morale looks in from the sign from Brodnansky. Kicks and deals the 1-2. Breaking ball. Strike 3. Strikeout number 3 this afternoon for Trey Morale, who works around the 2 errors and puts up another 0. We head to the home half of the second inning. 3-0, Manitoba lead. 9-1-2 due up for Manitoba here in the home half of the second inning with a 3-0 lead. First pitch on the outside corner to Hans Fang. New pitcher for the Lumberjacks is Po-An Chen, who wastes no time to get ahead of Hans Fang, 0-2.
It's appearance number 4 for Po-An.
0-2, waved at and missed. One up and one down for Chen.
He's a guy who can definitely eat some innings for you. We've seen him start twice, come out of the pen once. He's been hit around a little bit, but really strong in his last outing. He pitched yesterday against the North Stars, actually.
Just outside to the leadoff man, Taylor Lomack, who sent a ball all the way to the wall in left field back in the first. He came around to score on the RBI single from Nick Pinzetta. That was a part of the 3-run first inning for the North Stars. (2-0) from Chen, who pitches from the stretch with nobody on. Strike one. Chen averages a strikeout per inning, just about. 11 innings worth of work, 10 strikeouts. His ERA is at 4.45, just upstairs, ball 3.
And he's going to be right around 3.5 walks per 9 innings.
The 3-1, swung on and hit to shortstop. Luke Fennelly throws over, not in time. We were talking about the speed of Taylor Lomack, and he showed it off right there with an infield single, and he's now 2 for 2 with a single and a double. You have no time at all if you're an infielder trying to get Taylor Lomack out at first base. 92 miles per hour off the bat of Lomack.
I think Lomack's gone first pitch.
Chen throws over to try to keep him close. Chi Hao 2 steps in for Manitoba. He flew out to third base back in the first inning. There goes Lomack. The throw from Mata, not in time, not even close. Taylor Lomack, another stolen bag. Chen will throw back. Jackson, the second baseman, covering at second. All this effort by the Lumberjacks trying to keep Lomax close to the base is not working out for him. The 1-0, high. 2 balls and no strikes. Manitoba looking to add on to their 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. I'm Joey Senna, joined alongside Jacob Kronberg. The 2-0, there goes Lomack on that breaking ball. He chose the right pitch to run on. Second stolen base here in the second inning by Taylor Lomack.
I think every pitch is the right pitch to run on Taylor Lomack. I really do. That's his third of the game, stolen base-wise. I think he's got 15 on the year now.
2-1 is a little blooper to the first baseman, Ishida. Exactly what Po-An Chen was looking for with the runner on third base, that unproductive out. That brings up Nick Pinzetta, the center fielder, who had an RBI single in the first. He came around to score after that. He also had a stolen base himself. RBI opportunity here with Lomack at third base. Time is called at the plate. 5 hits already for Manitoba. We're not even through 2 innings. First pitch swinging, flied way up in the air in foul territory on the right side. The first baseman Ishida unable to make a play. And that hurts if you're Po on Chen on the mounds for the Lumberjacks. Could have been out of this inning, but it's second life for Nick Penzetta at the plate. Chen looks in, gets the sign from Mata. Lomac leading from third base, taking a big lead. Heinrich not holding him on at third base. Called strike 2. Penzetta awaits the 0-2. Runner on third, 2 outs. Waved out and miss. Nice pitch from Chen. Mata throws over to first base, and the side is retired. A 0 put up by Po on Chen here in the second inning. We head to the top of the third. 3-0, Manitoba. All right, it's all you.
Top of the third between the Oregon Lumberjacks and the Manitoba North Stars. As a first pitch breaking ball gets away from the North Star starter, Trey Morale, who's been sharp over the first 2 innings of scoreless ball. His team in front 3-0. 1-0 to Luke Churchill, lifted down the right field line, slicing foul. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. And back to Morale, he's yet to give up a hit. He's walked one guy and has been hindered by a couple of errors on his team defensively. 1-1 fastball runs up and in. Churchill checks his swing. Right on right, the matchup as Morale works out of the windup. 2-1 pitch. Fastball that dots the outside corner. Strike 2 called. Churchill went down swinging to begin the ball game. Morale has 2 strikes on him once again. Morale steps back, the soft leg kick. 2-2. Waved at and missed. Strike 3. Got him with the big curveball. Did Trey Morale. Strikeout number 4 for the big man, and the first out of the top of the third.
Jacob, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Morale didn't have his best stuff in his last outing, so this outing's kind of a revenge outing, and boy, has he came back hot.
It's another good curveball. He drops in for a strike. Tight late movement. He's been a lot sharper than we saw last time around.
Very sharp with 4 strikeouts already, like you said.
0-1 to Reese. Change goes low, and it's swung over and missed.
He has command of all of his pitches this afternoon.
And he's working with good pace. He's in rhythm. 0-2 to Reese. Breaking ball misses low. Ball 1.
Not only is he getting called strikes, he's getting a lot of swings and misses from the Lumberjacks.
He's a swing and miss guy. That's when he's at his best.
Yep.
1-2. Chopped foul behind home plate by Reese, who's been really good to start the season for the Oregon Lumberjacks. A big reason they're 6-2 on the year. Reese is 8 for 18. That's a .444 batting average. 3 extra base hits, and he's driven in 4 runs.
And that's somehow third on his team.
1-2, fisted to the left side. Eats up Suarez. Reese is going to reach on what is the Manitoba North Stars' 3rd error of the contest, all of which have come from the left side of the infield.
Suarez made a choice there, and it was to let the ball bounce one time before he goes for it, and it just took a bad hop on him. He should have charged the ball instead of wait on it.
And it put some speed in Jalen Reese on base. First pitch slider misses into Chris Monroe. Monroe walked back in the first. Slightly open stance, tall in the righty box. Snap throw over from Morale, but Reese dives back in safely. Outfield plays deep, respecting the power of Monroe. Morale working with the slide step. 1-0 fastball. Swung on and missed. Strike 1.
Jalen Reese only has 1 stolen bag on the season, but he has the speed to steal a bag here.
See if he runs in this power-on-power matchup between Trey Morale and Chris Monroe. Ladder high set for Trey. 1-1 curveball. Popped up foul and out of play behind home plate.
Morale's been working ahead this whole afternoon, too. Often a winning formula when the pitcher's able to do that.
He's ahead of Monroe, 1-2. Reese off first, being held on by Wu. Morale gives a look, now works with the high hand set. Checks over the front shoulder, now delivers home, and the 1-2 blasted foul down the right field line.
That was the hardest hit ball we've seen from the Lumberjacks this afternoon. Luckily for Trey Morale, that was well out of play.
Straighten that out, you got something cooking. 3-0 Oregon trailing Manitoba. Middle infield pinches. The next 1-2. Popped up right side. This one should stay in the boundaries. Out goes Wu, as does Feng, the second baseman. And it'll land in the Oregon bullpen.
Yeah, tough play for them trying to follow that ball all the way in. And then the pitching mound out there going uphill. That's a tough ball to get to.
A lot of ground to cover in foul territory. It does narrow out as you get toward the corners, but in line with the dugouts down to the bullpens, a lot of space. Action in the Oregon bullpen. Morale looking for the put-away pitch as the slider hangs inside ball 2.
Looks like Andrew Puglielli's throwing down there.
Could be the answer to why he wasn't in the Oregon starting lineup today. Reese off of first, adds a step to the lead. Morale checks over the front shoulder. 2-2 slider, waved at, strike 3. Another strikeout recorded on the breaking ball by Trey Morale. He's now got 5 of them in the contest, and Reese remains put at first with 2 down. Jim Gardner coming to the dish. Soft pop up to the second baseman, Feng. Back in the first. First pitch fastball to Garner. Pierces the knees for strike 1.
Trey Morale is on his A game today, getting oohs and ahs from the crowd on his breaking stuff.
0-1, knocked foul into the net behind home. And we sound like a broken record, but Trey Morale ahead in the count once again. His team up 3-0 as he looks for his third 0 on the scoreboard. Shaded up the middle is the second baseman, shortstop Blinn. Morale working from the third base side of the rubber. Letter high set. 0-2. Slap to the left side. Cut off in the hole by Blinn. He'll put it in his back pocket at first. But then a snap third to second. Trying to catch Reese rounding the bag. He can't. Going to be an infield single for Champ Garner. First hit allowed by Morale this afternoon.
First time the Lumberjacks have had a man in scoring position for Shinichiro Ishida.
Ishida reached on an error last inning. He's got a good RBI opportunity here with his team currently being shut out. It's the North Stars 3 and the Lumberjacks nothing, top of the third. Jacob Kronberg and Joey Senna on the CWL YouTube. First pitch fastball to Ishida, misses up and out, ball one. Right on left the matchup. 1-0 curveball dances into the zone for a called strike.
We knew Trey Morale wasn't going to go and get behind 2-0.
Another sharp late breaker. Ishida steps out. Swings the bat like a pitching wedge once, now digs back in. Reese off second. You've got Blinn in his back pocket. Wu plays behind Garner at first. Both run really well. 1-1, slider down and in, gets away from Brodnansky, and taking off for third. And reaching it safely is Jalen Reese. Garner remains put at first.
I'm surprised Garner didn't follow suit there and take a bag as well. Morale has a few words with the field umpire.
Not quite sure what Steve Bartelstein was telling him. But it's runners on the corners, 2 outs. 3-0 game in favor of the North Stars. Morale's 2-1. Misses upstairs, ball 3. Just the second 3-ball count issued by Morale. The first resulted in a first inning walk to Chris Monroe. Morale from the stretch, 3-1, bounced out to short. Blinn charges, gloves, double clutches, and the throw to first just gets Ishida, who was busting it out of the left-handed batter's box. Trey Morale works around an error and a hit, stranding 2. We're through 2.5. 3-0, the North Stars leading on the CWL YouTube. 3-0, the North Stars lead the Lumberjacks as we begin the home half of the third at Palm Springs Stadium. Daniel Youngblood takes a fastball away for ball one. Jacob Kronberg, Joey Senna. So glad you're joining us on this glorious Tuesday afternoon for some CWL baseball as the 1-0 misses to Youngblood, ball two. North Stars jumped early on Oregon and starter Brandon Lee Lejano for 3 runs in the first. As Youngblood takes a fastball off the knees for strike one. Manitoba was then blanked in the second inning, and they look for some more here against the Oregon reliever Po-An Chen. 2-1, grounded hard to the left side. Backhanded in the hole by Fennelly. A strike to first gets Youngblood. What a play defensively by Luke Fennelly. We've seen him hit since the start of the season, flashing the leather now as well. He threw that ball from deep in the shortstop hole.
Absolutely wonderful play by Luke Fennelly, moving to his right, throwing to his left, getting Youngblood by half a step.
It's not a slow man he threw out.
No, not at all.
It's the first out of the home third. Denver Blinn stands in and takes a breaking ball away for ball one. Blinn doubled in a run and then later scored back in the first. 1-0 from Chen, misses low, ball two.
I would say, Jacob, through the first couple weeks of the season, Luke Fennelly has been the most valuable player in the California Winter League.
Yeah, I don't know if we get MVP votes, but he's the one right now.
And we've seen him play left field. We've seen him play center field, a super utility guy.
2-0, hit well out toward right field. Going back and getting turned around is Jalen Reese, and it's going to land behind him. Around second is Blinn. He's going for third. Throw cut off and put in the back pocket of Luke Fennelly. It's going to be a one-out triple for Denver Blinn, his second extra base hit of the afternoon.
Jalen Reese out in right field never saw that ball coming. He got himself turned around, and by the time he saw where the ball was, it was too late, and the speedy Denver Blinn was cruising into third base.
An easy triple for Blinn, who's now in scoring position with less than 2 outs, and Manitoba a chance to extend their lead with Cole Brodnansky. An RBI base hit for Brodnansky back in the first. The right-handed hitting catcher missed the last couple of days. First pitch from Chen, a fastball on the outside corner, called strike one. A 1 bounced up the middle. Fennelly has it behind the bag. Run will come in to score easily as the throw to first gets Brodnansky. 4 out number 2. So the Oregon Lumberjacks trade a run for an out. It's now 4-0 Manitoba in front.
I was a little surprised not to see the infield come in on that ground ball. But either way, Lumberjacks able to record an out.
The base is now empty with 2 down for Yen-Heng Wu, who takes a curveball low in the zone for strike one called. Wu walked back in the first. Right on right matchup. Good breaking ball from Chen. Gets Wu fishing over it for strike two. 4-0 the North Stars leading the Lumberjacks. As Manitoba tries to climb up these standings, currently sitting in ninth at 2-6-1. 0-2, curveball is swung on and missed, strike three. 3 consecutive breaking balls get Yen-Heng Wu to end the inning. And we are through 3 full. Manitoba 4, Oregon nothing. More baseball coming up shortly on the CWL YouTube. Jeff Heinrich leads off the top of the fourth for Oregon with his team trailing 4-0. And Heinrich swings over a smooth breaking ball from Trey Morale for strike one. Joey Senna to my right, Jacob Kronberg, along with you on this baseball journey. On another beautiful Tuesday in SoCal, 0-1 to Heinrich, pounded foul around home plate for strike two. Crystal clear blue sky that fades behind the mountains, which play black backdrop to our palm trees in baseball diamond. 0-2 curve, lofted foul, and it lands in the top row of the bleachers on the right side. 0-1 fan reached, got away from him, it's bouncing down. 2 fans reach. Good spin move by the ball, it's still going. Last row, last chance, make a play, make a play. Looks like somebody got it. Gentleman in the white ball cap. As Heinrich takes a fastball up. 1-2 the count to Heinrich, who popped up to the shortstop Blinn last time through. 1-2 curve. Flailed. Foul. Off the trainer's tent and out of play.
Well, Jacob, this is really your first time spending a good amount of time in Southern California. Are you going to come back?
I'd like to. We'll see what the future holds. It's
Well, I'd recommend January, February, or March when it's cold on the East Coast.
I was about to say, this were the perfect months to get to spend some time out on the West Coast because, look, I'm cold-blooded from where I come from. New York kid, went to school in upstate New York. So this temperature in the 70s works for me. I could do that. 1-2, fastball on the outside corner, gets Heinrich looking for out number 1.
6 strikeouts now for Trey Morale, the ace for Manitoba, showing why he's the ace here against the Oregon Lumberjacks, who have been scoring a lot of runs as of late.
It's one of the higher octane offenses in the California Winter League. And a lot of it's been because of Luke Fennell. He's been the catalyst. He's 0 for 1 today as he swings over a breaking ball. And now takes a heater low. So 1-1 to the shortstop Fennell, who leads the CWL in hitting and total hits. Can't ask for all too much more as the 1-1 curve misses down and out, ball 2.
Both first-place teams in the CWL, the Oregon Lumberjacks and the Alberta Grizzly, both wearing green. Green bringing the good luck.
Look, green on the stoplight means go, and go is what these teams have done offensively for sure. 2-1 misses up to Fennelly, 3 balls and a strike.
St. Patrick's Day, just over a little month away. Luck coming a little early for these teams.
3-1, fastball in at the knees for a called strike. Luke Fennelly, 14 for his first 24. It's a .583 average. He's got 4 extra base hits and 5 runs driven in. Won't add to that here as he swings over a breaking ball. 4 strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs to begin the frame for Trey Morale.
A rare strikeout from Luke Fennelly. If we see Fennelly strike out, well, Trey Morale has been in rhythm on the mound.
He's given up just 1 hit over 3 2/3 innings. His team in front 4-0. First pitch fastball down the chute to Daniel Mata, called a strike.
Just attacking the strike zone, east and west, changing up the speed of his pitches as well.
Painting the knees once again. He's predominantly a 2-3 pitch pitcher as a starter. You've got the 2 breaking balls and the fastball. But everything moves in a different way. He's got 3 different velos, but right here he just needs the cheese. 3 fastballs, gets Mata down swinging to end the inning as Trey Morale strikes out the side in the 4th. We've reached the midway point. Manitoba 4, Oregon nothing on the CWL YouTube. 8-9-1 due up in the order for the Manitoba North Stars, who have come out swinging to begin things this afternoon as they lead the Oregon Lumberjacks 4-0. Another call to the pen for Oregon. It's Roger Motley, the tall, lanky left-hander, coming in after the plans shifted under today's manager, James Frisbee, when Brandon Lee Lejano left the game after one inning on the mound. We got two from Po-An Chen, and now it's Motley's turn as the first pitch fastball to Hugo Suarez is bounced foul. 4-1.
Motley's kind of been in the closer role for Oregon. He's making his 6th appearance.
0-1, swung on and missed.
He's pitched 8 2/3 innings, giving up 6 hits on 4 earned runs. His ERA is sitting at 3.23.
And Motley, I guess, working too quick for the liking of our home plate umpire or Hugo Suarez.
Motley's recorded 9 strikeouts, just under 9 innings, averaging about a strikeout per frame.
0-2 gets well away from Daniel Mata and misses.
He also has 4 walks in those 9 innings. Trying to cut down on those here.
1-2 misses at an even count now to Suarez. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Suarez went down swinging in the first. 2-2 fastball misses up and away, ball 3, and Motley working at a rapid pace right now. Out of the windup, third base side of the rubber. The payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. Motley began the at-bat ahead 0-2, then missed with 4 consecutive pitches, granting a free pass to Hugo Suarez.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to do is let the leadoff runner reach if you're Motley, especially coming in from the pen. And you get ahead 0-2, but losing Hugo Suarez.
Motley walks about a batter every other inning. Gets Feng waving at a changeup for strike 1. 4-0, the North Stars leading the Lumberjacks. Short lead for Suarez off first. 0-1 to Feng, cued foul on the first base side.
Hans Feng is from New Taipei, Taiwan. Taiwan is one of the 9 countries represented here in the 2023 California Winter League.
Suarez runs. 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Mata mishandles on the transfer and into second base safely without a throw is Hugo Suarez.
Hugo had a great jump and lead off of first base. Easy stolen bag. Not even a throw attempted by Mata behind the plate.
And Suarez appears a bit banged up after that slide into second. Leg up, probably cramping a bit. Our trainer's out to check on him. And we'll take a quick break on the CWL YouTube. Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. Hugo Suarez walked off under his own power, but we are going to get a pinch runner. No need to risk any further injury out there. So Brett Donady comes in to run for Hugo Suarez at second. So Donady at second, 1 out, and a 1-0 count to Taylor Lomack, who lines the 1-0 into left center field. It's down for a base hit. Charging to cut it off is Churchill. He bobbles around third. Donady, he's in to score. And Lomack goes to second after the misplay in center field. The North Stars add to their lead, now in front 5-0.
Have a day, Taylor Lomack. A double and scored back in the first. Single, 2 stolen bases in the second, and now another single, and he advanced to second on the air. 3 for 3 for the leadoff man.
Brings up Chi-Hao 2 with 1 out and a man in scoring position. 2 is 0 for 2 as he chops one foul behind home plate. Five nothing. The North Stars in front of the Lumberjacks. Motley checks the man on second. And they 0-1 home, misses away. 1-1 the count to Chi-Hao 2. Left on right the matchup. Motley, a belt high set. High leg kick delivers home, and 2 pelts it foul. Manitoba has now scored in 3 of the first 4 trips to bat. 3 runs in the first, 1 in the third, and 1 with potentially more to come in this 4th inning. Motley trying to put an end to it. 1-2 offering, curveball, misses upstairs.
I'm a little surprised we haven't seen Lomack attempt to steal third base.
The 2-2 offering, curveball, bends into the zone, strike 3 called. Little freeze frame action from Motley on the big ol' Uncle Charlie. And there's now 2 down with Nick Penzetta coming up.
That breaking ball just caught Chi-Hao 2 off guard. He was not expecting that.
Lomack still put at second, his only time on base where he hasn't jumped to run. As the first pitch to Penzetta is pulled foul on the ground.
Pretty much, if there's a base hit for Manitoba, Lomack's going to score no matter what, unless it's some kind of weird infield single.
He is in scoring position everywhere.
Yes, exactly.
0-1. There's the big looping curve that just misses outside. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Penzetta, the outfield. At least the left and center fielders playing deep. Reese shallow and right. Penzetta bounces it to third, charging is Heinrich. He gloves, throws across the diamond, and gets Penzetta to end the inning. 1 more run tacked on for the Manitoba North Stars. They're in front 5-0 as we go to the 5th on the CWL YouTube. 5-0 the North Stars in front of the Lumberjacks as we begin the 5th inning at Palm Springs Stadium. First pitch fastball from Trey Morale to Andrew Puglielli is at the knees for a called strike 1. Jacob Kronberg and Joey Senna, thanks so much for spending your Tuesday with us. A 1 curveball swung on and missed, strike 2.
Have a couple of score updates from the turf field. The Grizzlies remain hot. They beat the Bombers by a final score of 7-0. And the Chill looking better as of late. They beat the Blue Sox. Close game over there, 4-3.
0-2 to Puglielli. Trickled foul off the front foot of Puglielli. And he's down on all fours.
It's one of the worst feelings when you're standing in that batter's box, fouling a ball that hits you directly in the leg or the foot or wherever it may be, to Andrew Puglielli, who just came into the game not too long ago, too.
The defensive replacement last inning for Ronald Jackson. Puglielli's getting looked at. We'll take a quick break. Andrew Puglielli was shaken up a bit after the foul ball, but he appears all right and he'll stay in the game. Behind 0-2 to Morale. And he watches a fastball hum through the zone for strike 3.
The last 4 batters Trey Morale faced, he retired all of them via strikeout.
Continues his strong outing, does Trey Morale. He's given up just 1 hit. His team in front, 5-0. Luke Churchill flares one to the right side over a leaping Woo and into right field, but it's gloved by one of the Lumberjack bullpen pitchers.
It looked like the umpire put up both of his hands like it was foul. But
I'm pretty sure it was signaled fair.
Woo, it went off of Woo's glove in fair territory, so he changed it to fair.
But it was picked up in right field, so now it's discretion of where they put the base runner on where they believe he would have reached before the interference. Some of the Lumberjacks giving their pitcher down the line a tough time. Po-On Chen looks down, just puts his arms up. What are you doing, man? That was Shui Chen Zhang warming up in the Oregon bullpen. They're going to award Luke Churchill second base either way. So no harm, no foul.
Only
just a play for the blooper reel.
Only the second hit given up by Trey Morale.
Does put Churchill in scoring position for Devin McCary, who comes in to pinch hit for Jalen Reese. First pitch to McCary, lofted out toward shallow right field, sprinting in Youngblood all the way to the infield dirt, where he finishes his run to make the catch for out number 2.
Youngblood had to come a long ways to catch that ball. It was almost hit in no man's land, but just hung up enough for Youngblood to get there.
Now 2 down with Churchill still on second. The North Stars leading 5-0 in Morale. Hoping for another shutout inning. Chris Monroe digs in. 0 for 1, a strikeout and a walk. Hans Feng holds on. Churchill at second. Morale gives a quick look. Set just above the belt. He uses the slide step and misses with a curveball low.
No one's really holding on to Churchill at second base. Fang's putting in a little interest, but not actually holding him on.
The 1-0 to Monroe. Breaking ball low, and Monroe able to check his swing.
Only about the third time we've seen Trey Morrell fall behind 2-0 or 3-0.
Only man he has walked has been Chris Monroe. One of the big bashers in the Oregon lineup that Trey Morrell is just blanked today. From the third base side of the rubber, Morrell goes, and he picks off the outside corner. Strike one.
And good pitchers find a way to weave around good batting lineups. Coming away with key outs here and there.
A look to Churchill, who has a minuscule lead. And the 2-1 slider just spins away. Ball 3. Not the worst scenario in the world if you issue a free pass to Chris Monroe. A guy who can put his team back in the game with one swing. First base is open. And your team is up 5-0. Morrell's 3-1. Skied high down the right field line. Youngblood over, crosses into foul territory. And he makes the one-handed catch shoulder high as he runs over the bullpen mound to end the inning. Trey Morrell works around a one-out double by Luke Churchill and pitches his 5th scoreless frame of the game. We're through 4.5. Manitoba in front, 5-0. Another new arm into the game for the Oregon Lumberjacks as we begin the home 5th. Shui Chen Zhang enters as the 4th pitcher for Oregon this afternoon. First pitch is cut on and missed by Youngblood for strike 1. Sidearm delivery for Zhang as he misses away, ball 1.
Zhang has an ERA of 0.65. He's pitched 10 2/3 innings, giving up just 1 earned run.
1-1 bounced slowly down the third base line, but foul.
Coming in with a record of 2-0 with a save. He's been great for Oregon.
One of the many contributors to the Lumberjacks' current 6-3 record, but they're on the wrong side of the result right now, trailing 5-0 to the North Stars. Youngblood cranks one down the left field line, but foul it goes beyond the bleachers.
Zhang with a great strikeout to walk ratio, 11 compared to just 2 walks.
His 1-2. Breaking ball lifted into shallow center field. Out goes Puglielli. He'll make the call and the catch. 4 out, number 1. So Zhang retires the first man he faces out of the pen. But can he get through a man who's been a thorn in the Oregon side all day long? That's Denver Blinn. A double and a triple. He's driven in a run. He's scored 2. A great day offensively for Denver. First pitch from Zhang, breaking ball. Rolled to the left side, past the diving Heinrich and into left field. Garner gloves and tosses in as Heinrich is slow to get up. A 1-out single for Denver Blinn, who's now 3 for 3, and a long ball shy of the cycle.
Second player we've seen today at Palm Springs Stadium who is just a home run shy of the cycle.
Blinn runs well as he leads off of first. Cole Brodnansky digs in and chops the first pitch foul off the camera box. Zero flinch by our photographer, Brian Dunn. 0.
Have you seen some of the photographs he's taken?
Oh, they're just immaculate, aren't they?
Tremendous, yes.
Blinn runs, check swing. Going around is Brodnansky. Throw to second just late. Went to the wrong side of the second base bag. Trying to spin around and tag was Puglielli. He couldn't. And some dust clouds rise from around the base.
Brian takes great action shots. If I try to take a picture of something moving, it doesn't come out too well. Leave it up to the professionals to do that.
0-2 bounce down to third. Heinrich gloves, watches the runner back to second, and throws a dart across the diamond to get Brodnansky for out number 2.
That was just a ground ball, but a great play by Heinrich, checking on Denver Blinn at second, staring at him for a good second to make sure he stays put, and delivering a strike over to Ashita at first.
This Oregon infield can really pick it, from Heinrich to Fennelly to Puglielli. They make some dazzling plays, and some smart ones at that as well.
And they're all pretty interchangeable, too.
We've seen them play all over. We've seen them play the outfield a little bit. There's too many riches for Cam Roth at points. 0-1 breaking ball, dives in over the inside corner to Yenheng Wu. 5-0, the North Stars lead the Lumberjacks. Wu 0 for 1, a strikeout and a walk. The 0-2 gets a half-hearted swing, and Wu ran around for strike 3. A scoreless inning for Qixuan Zhang out of the bullpen for Oregon as we go to the 6th. Manitoba leading 5-0.
Welcome back to sunny Southern California. As we start the 6th inning, the Lumberjacks will take some hacks against Trey Morale, who has pitched 5 scoreless innings. He is at 83 pitches and has 9 strikeouts. First pitch swinging, belting into left field from Champ Gardner. He'll start the 6th off with a leadoff single. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Lumberjacks. Brings up Shinichiro Ishida, the first baseman. Jeff Heinrich will bat next. He's in the on-deck circle. If you're just joining us, Manitoba went out to an early lead. They scored 3 runs in the first. They added on runs in the third and the fourth and lead 5-0. Check swing by Ishida, strike 1. Manitoba's coming in with a 2-6 record. They've lost 4 straight. Oregon has won 5 out of 6. Strike 2 delivered by Morale. Gardner only 2 steps away from first base, a small lead. The 0-2. A little half swing finds the outfield grass. That gets past Suarez at third base. So a couple singles here for the Lumberjacks. The third baseman, number 14. Showing life late. Brings up Jeff Heinrich, who's 0 for 2. He flew out in the infield back in the 2nd inning, and he struck out swinging in the 4th. Looking for his first hit here with a runner in scoring position. Gardner at second, Ishida at first. First pitch, inside corner from Morale, strike 1.
Just got to keep filling up the zone if you're Morale.
The 0-1 outside slider for ball 1.
There is a man up in the bullpen behind him. Xiao Ho gets loose.
We'll have a quick mound visit here. Manitoba with a comfortable lead for now, 5-0 in the top of the 6th.
Kloppy just wants to see how he's feeling. He's up there in pitch count. His Morale was at 83 pitches before coming into this inning.
After a quick little meeting, they'll continue this at bat. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th.
And Trey about to throw pitch number 90.
In 5+ innings, scoreless innings for now. Morale searching for a strikeout here or perhaps a ground ball for a double play. Breaking ball finds the outside corner, strike 2. Morale looks in from the sign put down by Brodnansky. Those two on the same page. Kicks and deals home. Driven into left center field. That'll get down for a single. Gardner had to wait to make sure that was going to hit the outfield grass before advancing. The bases are now loaded for the Oregon Lumberjacks here in the top of the 6th inning. Big moment here as the Lumberjacks try to get on the board, trailing 5-0.
And this is where having so much depth is beneficial. You've got the hit king right now up in the 7th spot in your order. Daniel Mato to follow, and then in the 9th spot is Andrew Puglielli, who came in to pinch hit.
Best hitter so far in this California Winter League season at the plate with the bases loaded, who is 0 for 2. He's due for a hit. Outside, ahead of the count, 1-0 is Luke Fennelly. Fennelly has 5 RBIs this season. Looking for a couple more here in the top of the 6th, trailing 5-0. The 1-0 from Morale, outside and in the dirt for ball 2. Big moment in this game. Manitoba currently holding on to a 5-0 lead. But the Lumberjacks threatening here.
Scott Combs out on deck to pinch it for Daniel Mata.
Morale looks in. The 2-0. Swung on and missed by Fennelly at the plate. Strike 1.
Oregon is pushing all their chips in right here. This is the inning they need to do it.
Yes, the Lumberjacks all in. Two balls, 1 strike. Morale kicks and deals home in the dirt low to Fennelly. Three balls and 1 strike. The base is loaded, nowhere to put him. Morale cruised through 5 innings, recording 9 strikeouts, but is in a jam here in the 6th. The 3-1 hit to the third baseman, who's unable to field it cleanly. 1 run in, the second run coming in for the Lumberjacks on an error. Gardner came in to score from third. Ashita scored from second. Fennelly on first now, and Heinrich on second. We'll have a mound visit and perhaps a pitching change, as Morale's pitch count is spiking. So we will have a pitching change, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Still nobody out. 2 runs across for Oregon so far. Pinch hitting for Daniel Combs, for Daniel Mata is Scott Combs. His first plate appearance. He'll face Xiao Pin Ho, the new pitcher for Manitoba, who's pitched 3 innings. He's given up 4 hits. Just 1 earned run. His ERA is sitting at 2.33. Ball is in the dirt. Heinrich heads to third, and Fennelly heads to second. Manitoba had a 5-0 lead until the 6th. Trey Morale was cruising through 5. And the Lumberjacks are showing why they've won 5 out of 6 here. Rallying, putting together some hits. That's fouled back over the netting into the stands. Manitoba looking to hold on to this lead. But still nobody out. Runners on second and third. Xiao Pin Ho trying to find command of his pitches is behind to Combs 3-1. The 3-1 hit into the air in right center field. Youngblood calling off Penzetta out in right center. The throw not in time. And Oregon now with 3 runs in the 6th. The lead only down to 2 runs for Manitoba here in the 6th. They lead 5-3.
That was a good throw home, but it looked like both Penzetta and Youngblood wanted to make that catch for the effort home, and they got so close to each other. Youngblood kind of forgot he needed to huck that ball home once he made the catch, and that slight hesitation is going to let the run score almost every time.
Good base running by Luke Fennelly. He advances to third base on the sacrifice fly by Combs. That brings up Andrew Puglielli, who came in late in this game. He's taking his first swings.
The man who's got a 6 RBI game under his belt.
Big swing and a miss on that high fastball. 0-2. Puglielli is hitting .524 this season, 11 for 21 with 9 RBIs. Looking for another here, and that's upstairs, ball 1. It would be so big if Oregon can score this run at third base and Luke Fennelly to bring this within 1 run. The 1-2 hit towards the left side. Third baseman throwing over across the diamond. And it pulled Wu off the bag. So another run in to score on that air. Trailing 5-0. The Lumberjacks now trailing by 1. The official score ruled it an E3 on Wu, the first baseman. 4 runs across this inning for Oregon. Now only trailing 5-4. After Trey Morale cruised through 5 innings, ran into trouble in the 6th. Back to the top of the lineup and Luke Churchill at the plate. 2 for 3 with a double back in the 5th and 2 strikeouts. That's a balk on Xiao Pin Ho. So Andrew Puglielli is rewarded second base. The tying run now in scoring position for Oregon. Manitoba looking to escape this inning with the lead, and they do so. Third strikeout of the game for Luke Churchill. And that'll be out number 2, actually, for Manitoba. The 8th batter of the inning coming to the plate in Devin McCary, who took over for Jalen Reese out in right field. First pitch is outside from Xiao Pin Ho. Oregon Lumberjacks have come back in just 1 inning. Manitoba looking to hold on to this lead late here in the top of the 6th inning. The 2-0 to McCary. Upstairs, ball 3. Poe looks in to the sign from Robbie Carling, who took over for Bodnansky. And that's outside and low. 4-pitch walk. The tying run at second base. The go-ahead run on first base for the Oregon Lumberjacks. The 9th hitter this inning is Chris Monroe, the designated hitter, who was 0 for 2 with a strikeout in the 3rd and a flyout to right field. This ball's on the right side. Youngblood will come in as far as he can, but unable to get to the foul ball.
Yeah, the corner outfielders shaded toward the gaps here and trying to prevent that extra base, the extra base hit. In a scenario when a ball hit to the outfield, you're going to live with Puglielli scoring, but you want...
Chopper to the third baseman, who throws across, low throw, but Wu able to dig it out, and that'll end the inning. But the Oregon Lumberjacks put a crooked number of 4 spot in the 6th, and they only trail now 5-4 as we head to the home half of the 6th inning from Palm Springs Stadium. Eight, 9, and 1 hitters due up for Manitoba. Brett Donady, Hans Fang, and Taylor Lomack. The 0-1 hits Brett Donady in the helmet. Scary moment at home plate. But he'll toss his pads over and head to first base. So leadoff man aboard for Manitoba, who are holding on for now to a 5-4 lead over the Oregon Lumberjacks. That'll bring up the catcher, Robbie Carling. Brett Donady heads to second base on that wild pitch. So 1-0. Runner in scoring position for Manitoba here in the home half of the 6th inning with a 5-4 lead. Outside corner for strike 1 by Zhang, who's looking to calm down here, get back into the rhythm on the mound. Especially after that 4 spot put up by the Lumberjacks in the top of this frame. One ball and 2 strikes to Carling. The 1-2 outside. Nice job by Combs behind the plate now, replacing Mata. if you're the Oregon Lumberjacks right now, you need to hold this game where it is, only down by 1 run. The 2-2 chopper to Heinrich, the third baseman, who looks back the runner, Donady, and the throw gets away. Heading into second is Carling, and heading into third is Donady on the air. Much needed insurance runs out there for the Manitoba North Stars. Ducks on the pond for the hot hitter, Taylor Lomack, who was a home run away from the cycle. He doubled and scored back in the first. He singled and stole 2 bags in the second.
Yeah, Heinrich on that last play made a nice stop defensively, watched the runner back in, but then got a bit lackadaisical. Just kind of stopped his hoppiness, stopped his rhythm. And by the time he looked over to first, realized, oh, snap, I've got a dart one there, and threw it in the ground.
To correct myself, I actually mixed up Lomack with Denver Blinn, who's trying to hit for the cycle. Lomack is still 3 for 3. He's got a couple singles and a double. Strike 1. The infield is in on the infield grass. Trying to keep this right where it is. 5-4 Manitoba lead. Lomack 3 for 3. Shoots one into right center field. 1 run comes in to score, and the second run comes in to score. Lomack heads into second base with a couple RBIs. Much needed insurance for the Manitoba North Stars.
Have yourself a day, Taylor Lomack. 4 for 4. 3 runs driven in, a couple of runs scored. You're stealing bases. Got to be enjoying himself out there.
Absolutely. Brings up Chi Hao 2, who's 0 for 3, looking for his first hit this afternoon. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Manitoba was winning 5-0 until the top of the 6th. The Lumberjacks scored 4 to make it 5-4, but Manitoba coming back here with more insurance runs. Fly ball out to Gardner for out number 1. Off the bat of Chi Hao 2. That'll bring up the center fielder, Nick Penzetta, who had an RBI single with the stolen base in the first inning, struck out in the second, and grounded out to third in the fourth. Manitoba has a 7-4 lead over the Oregon Lumberjacks late in this one. First pitch swinging is Penzetta, strike 1. Zhang looks back at Lomack at second, throws home inside to Penzetta. The count will even. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 runner on, and 1 out. The 1-1. Driven into left center field. More insurance runs for Manitoba. That ball rolls all the way to the warning track. Penzetta heading to third base on an RBI triple. Lomack scored before that ball even hit the ground, scoring his second run this afternoon. Brings up Daniel Youngblood, the right fielder, who's 0 for 3. Oregon has 4 runs, 5 hits, and 3 errors. Manitoba has 8 runs, 10 hits, and 5 errors. First pitch, ball 1 into Youngblood. Another hit batsman by Zhang. Youngblood jogs to first base. Runners on the corners.
And everything you just got offensively in this top of the sixth, pretty much given all back. That momentum has swung back to the other side of the scale.
Mm-hmm.
3 runs in, you're down by 4 once again, and in a lot of trouble to give up some more.
So I mistakenly said earlier that Lomac was trying to hit for the cycle. He was 3 for 3, but with a couple singles and a double only. Denver Blinn is the one trying to hit for a cycle. He singled and stole a bag back in the 5th. He tripled and scored in the 3rd and had an RBI double back in the 1st. We've seen him hit a home run here at Palm Springs Stadium before, over the wall in left field. Whole bat with runners on the corners and 1 away. Manitoba with an 8-4 lead in the bottom of the 6th. Chopped foul behind home plate. That'll even the count 1-1. Blinn was hitting .294 heading into today's game. He's definitely over 300 now. And 1 home run this season.
Chance to really break it open.
Awaits the 2-1 with runners on first and third. That's chopped, fouled off of Blinn.
I'll tell you, Joe, he's swinging for that cycle.
Yeah, he is, and I don't blame him. Would you not be doing the same?
Yeah, I would never be in these shoes, but triples weren't a huge part of my game growing up.
Well, that's why we're up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on for Denver Blinn, the number 5 hitter. He shoots this right up the middle. He'll pick up another RBI and another insurance run. Manitoba doing exactly what Oregon did in the top of this frame, and that's score 4 runs. Denver Blinn now 4 for 4 today, as well as Taylor Lomac.
8 of Manitoba's 11 hits have come from 2 guys.
The North Stars looking like they'll avoid a 5-game losing streak here in the CWL.
It's actually only 4 guys who have combined for all 11 hits.
Little blooper to Luke Fennelly, the shortstop. That'll bring up the first baseman, Yen Hang Woo, who's 0 for 2 today. He walked back in the 1st inning, struck out swinging in the 3rd and the 5th. Whole bat here with runners on 1st and 2nd and 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Manitoba scored 3 runs in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 4 here in the 6th. One just inside for ball 2. Trey Morale, smooth sailing through 5 innings, recording 9 strikeouts. Had a little bit of a hiccup to start the 6th, but he's still in line for the win. Outside for ball 2. That'll even the count. And deuces wild here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, and 2 out. That'll actually be strike 2 now. The deuces are wild. for Yen Hang Woo. Who is the 9th batter of the inning. That's outside for ball 4. So the base is loaded here for Manitoba. They've already brought 4 runs across. And Donady will bat for a second time this inning.
Was hit in the upper back to begin the inning.
First pitch swinging, ground ball to second base. Puglielli fumbles it at first, but able to throw over to Ishida in time. Manitoba bats around, and they scored 4 runs in the home 6 and lead 9-4 as we head into the last of the 7th. Middle of the lineup due up for the Lumberjacks as they trail 9-4 as we start the top of the 7th inning. The left fielder, Champ Gardner, at the plate. 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up. Shinichiro Ishida and Jeff Heinrich due up next. Champ is 2 for 3 with a couple singles and a run scored. The 0-1 just low and outside for ball 1. Oregon came back after trailing 5-0 with 4 runs in the 6th, but Manitoba mirrored the Lumberjacks in the bottom of the 6th with 4 runs of their own and now lead 9-4. 1-2 chopped to the shortstop, Denver Blinn, who charges it, throws over, not in time for an infield single for Champ Gardner, who is now 3 for 4.
Just too much speed from Garner. There was never a shot.
There was
ball
nothing
hit that slowly.
Nothing Denver Blinn could do. Who is a great shortstop for Manitoba. Now batting is Shinichiro Ishida, the first baseman. Will bat from the left side, face the righty pitcher. First pitch swinging is into left field. Taylor Lomack tracks it down for out number 1. The third baseman for Oregon, Jeff Heinrich, will come in and bat. He's 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 6th. Struck out swinging in the 4th. and flew out in the infield in the second. He'll bat with one away and Champ Gardner on first. First pitch is upstairs, ball one. Wu is holding Gardner on at first base, who only has a couple step lead at first. Two-0, swung on and missed from Heinrich. Strike one. From Xiao Pin Ho, who took over for Trey Morale.
Yeah, Morale, whose final line won't look as well as he pitched.
Fouled towards the right side after jamming Heinrich. The count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. One away here in the top of the 7th. Manitoba with a 9-4 lead. The 2-2 in the dirt from Xiao Pin Ho. Gardner will cruise to second base. Oregon Lumberjacks looking for a big rally here in the top of the 7th inning, trailing by 5 runs. The full count pitch is in the dirt. Champ Gardner heads to third base. So runners on the corners for Luke Fennelly, who is 0 for 3 today. He reached on an error last inning. He did come across the score. He struck out in the 4th and flew out to center field in the 2nd. First pitch swinging off the glove of Ho, deflected, and that'll be the first hit of the game for Luke Fennelly. RBI single, and then he advances to second on an error. Champ Gardner comes in to score. Inching back a little bit closer as the Lumberjacks, now trailing 9-5. Tough play there for O'Neill, the second baseman, after it deflected off the glove of Xiao Pin Ho.
Yeah, at some point you just got to put that in your back pocket. You're up big. This Lumberjacks team needs a second consecutive crooked number to even try and think about tying this game up. But when you make defensive miscues like that, give extra outs to the other team, give extra runs to the other team, makes it a lot more difficult to close out a game.
2-0 is sharply hit to second base. O'Neill, who flips over to Wu for out number 2. One more run across. Combs will pick up an RBI on that ground out.
The second baseman, number 13, Andrew Pugliello.
That ground out to second was hit 103 miles per hour off the bat of Scott Combs.
And there's a reason why he's one of the guys for his contract going into next spring.
How would you like to be on the receiving end of that? 103 miles an hour coming right at you.
Well, you see, Joey, there's an easy answer. I would not. But O'Neill did a nice job staying down on it.
Blooped into center field. Penzetta tracks it down to stop the rally here in the 7th. And Manitoba holds on to win 9-6. They snap their 4-game losing streak, and their record is now 3-6. The Oregon Lumberjacks fall to 6-4. Thank you so much for joining us for Game 2 of this doubleheader here at Palm Springs Stadium. I'm Joey Senna, and on behalf of Jacob Kronberg. We thank you and have a wonderful and safe rest of your day.